Well, good afternoon. It's Mel Tempest from the Gym Owners Business Podcast. And today I'm speaking to Lynn Miller. Lynn is from Meno Fitness. What is Meno Fitness? Meno Fitness offers PTs the opportunities to partner up with Meno Fitness to become hormone enhancement coaches, offering unique programs to their 40 plus female clients. But there's a whole lot more to Meno Fitness. But today we're just going to be chatting a little bit of a snippet about the product. Good morning, Lynn.
Hey, Mel, how are you going?
I'm really well. Now, this is really exciting. So we're going to do our little coffee break 10-minute podcast. So just sort of briefly, just tell us, where did Meno Fitness originate from?
Oh my goodness. We've only got 10 minutes, haven't we now?
We have.
No, okay. So just briefly, look, Meno Fitness was birthed about 8 years ago, close to 10 years ago. I'd say, 8 years ago, but 10 years ago, I actually became really burnt out and fell into hormonal chaos and started putting on weight. And as a personal trainer, I was, I couldn't figure out why I wasn't losing weight with what I was doing. And so that sent me on a journey, a 2-year journey to heal myself. And in that time, I had to learn about hormones and adrenal fatigue and menopause and how exercise affected our hormones and weight and all that stuff. And so I really had to put the pieces of the puzzle together for me in order for me to actually feel better and start losing the weight. And I thought, well, crikey, if I didn't know how to do it as a personal trainer, how did other women out there feel? And more importantly, what did they do about it? And at that point in time now, I thought, well, crikey, hang on. As a personal trainer, there was a big void in the industry at that time around menopause. And in fact, it was like this massive taboo subject that no one ever talked about. And so that kind of was the birth of Meno Fitness. And it's just skyrocketed from there.
And I mean, even though you said back then there weren't enough professionals out there to deal with menopause, there still isn't enough professionals out there to deal with this issue. It very much still is a taboo subject, and it's pushed under the carpet. And our trainers that are coming out of RTOs certainly aren't skilled in menopause, and they're not even old enough really for some of them, not all of them, okay, but for some of them to even understand that this goes on in a woman's life from anywhere from 35 to 40 onwards. Can you tell me, obviously you went through this experience yourself, and then you developed it into a program, and obviously you've developed that program to enhance the lives of women. When you initiated the program, how was it received?
It was really received really well, because first of all, I put it into an online course that was registered in 5 different countries around the world and 7 different fitness organisations. But I had over 1,200 personal trainers go through that course, and at the end of it, I had so many come to me now and say, that was great, but what now? How do I actually implement that into my business and help women? So that kind of I evolved into putting a program together that really helped PTs. It was the vehicle in which PTs were able to help their 40 plus clients, and that was received really well, and in particular in New Zealand, they just absolutely loved it. But since then, it's actually evolved a lot more, and I think the key to the program was actually being able to understand women's current hormonal situation, where it is now, and then being able to utilize their current hormonal situation and prescribe a fitness regime that's going to enhance their hormones, not exacerbate them. So, so that, it's personal trainers that are interested in women's health, and in particular women over 40. just really don't know where to turn to now. And, they're actually playing the guessing game themselves as far as PTs go, women 40 plus go. And, they're trying this, they're trying that, and they're trying everything else. And being able to really utilize a woman's current hormonal situation and understand that is just such a huge, not only a selling point for them, but it's just an advantage, a big, huge advantage for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting, Lynn, isn't it? The trainers come out of their organisations as personal trainers, yet they're not skilled enough to deal with women plus 40, so, obviously the menopausal issues, and they're not skilled enough for pre and post-pregnancy. And these are two big areas that are growing quite fast in the fitness business industry at the moment, yet we don't have enough skilled personal trainers out there, or even enough skilled group fitness trainers to be working with women. Can I just ask you, or ask for your opinion, do you think that the reason we don't have enough skilled trainers in these two areas is because it's just not an on-trend Instagram pic feature to be involved with?
Oh, that's a really good question. And you know what? It's bloody crazy, I tell you, Mel, because, even Fitness Australia and, not pinpointing them, but I read an article once here where, the 40 plus market is one of the most underutilised demographic. And yet there's 4 million women in Australia over the age of 40. And, when we talk about trends, it goes even above trends, okay, because every single woman is going to go through menopause, right? It's just inevitable. And 80% of those suffer from either mild or severe menopausal symptoms. So imagine, just getting 1% of that market. It's crazy. So I don't know why they're not taught about this demographic. It should be a module within their learning, within the training, because it is so much needed out there, and women are screaming out for it. Women 40 plus are on the internet Googling how to lose weight after 40, hormones. They go to every seminar, and, Dr. Libby comes to town, and she can get 300 ladies in one seminar. I mean, what is that telling you?
So are you saying, Lynn, that personal trainers can be running events and getting these types of numbers to their events?
Oh, look, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, that's one of the things that I use within my business to generate massive cash flow. And it's an area which is just not utilised, and women are out there looking to be educated. And why is that, Mel? Is because they're not getting it from the doctors. They go to the doctors, and the doctors say, you know what, Mrs. So-and-so, you're normal. And they go away feeling like crap. They're bloated, they're tired, they're moody, they're putting on weight, and they're being told that they're normal. And so they are out there looking to be educated.
Yeah, and I think we have a responsibility as fitness health professionals to give them the answers and the solutions that they seek out. I mean, that's why we open up fitness businesses. They aren't just, businesses to cater for the 18 to 36-year-olds who are wanting to do the latest, HIIT classes and the latest, barbell classes. I mean, we are there to meet the needs of all demographics. And I think it's quite ironic, really, when you think about it, Lynn. We have limited trainers or skilled trainers in pre-postnatal, and we have limited trainers in menopause, and it's sort of like the birthing and then the end of womanhood, isn't it? And yet we don't have skilled people. It's actually quite disappointing, because I You have to ask yourself, is this why a lot of trainers are also leaving the industry once they get into their late 30s, early 40s? Do they feel that they're too old for the industry and that they don't have a niche to go to, when in fact they can be going into women's health and they can also be going into men's health?
Oh, look, you hit the nail on the head, and I actually work with a lot of personal trainers, women, 40 plus, and one of the reasons is because a lot of PTs hit 40 and they start going through hormonal changes themselves, and one of the sad facts is that they are putting on weight themselves. They can't figure it out. And then they feel like they're not a role model to their clients anymore, because they don't look a certain way, or they don't have the energy like they did in their 20s and 30s. So they feel like a fraud because they aren't looking, sort of walking the talk sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? The best thing about that is that they have that empathy and that sympathy, and that's what women 40 plus are looking for, and it comes back to, being comfortable with where you're at right now in your own body, and learning because that's what I did. I learned from my own illness and my own weight gain and that. So, it's about healing yourself so that you can go out there and heal others. And I tell you what, it's the best thing to go through it yourself in order to help others. It's a prime time and a prime opportunity.
I mean, I totally agree with that. Lynn, as you can hear, has some absolutely great insights and great information into Meno fitness and women plus 40. And we have deliberately kept our podcast short and sweet because we're actually coming in with episode 2 next week, which is going to discuss Meno fitness and Meno fitness marketing and how personal trainers from scratch can start a successful business that focuses nichely on Meno fitness. And we wanted to dedicate probably about 45 minutes to that next week, and Lynn will come along with Paul, and the both of them have set up a fantastic business. So Lynn, obviously, Lynn is a major sponsor at our Ignite Women's and Fitness Business event in Melbourne on August the 23rd, and she'll be hosting a roundtable, and that means that she'll be sharing her information with all of our delegates there, and obviously Paul will be there as well. And both of them, again, as I said, will join us on episode 2 next week. Lynn, if anybody wants to catch up with you between now and the next episode, where is the best place for them to get a hold of Lynn?
Oh, they can get a hold of me. They can private message me. Just jump on my Facebook page and they can private message me. That's probably the best way to get hold of me. I'm always on the internet, online, because of course that's my business. I built my business online, so that's probably the best way. Just private message me.
So as you heard Lynn speak about Meno Fitness, she's so dedicated and passionate about empowering women 40 plus, and she wants to pass on all of that business knowledge, education and tools to other women so they can set up strong businesses to help women in their community. I'll drop Lynn's information into the bottom of our podcast. Please do look out for episode 2. And I do thank you again, Lynn, for coming on as a platinum sponsor for Ignite Women's Fitness and Business event. The event is open to club owners, personal trainers, and all those interested in changing the lives of women. Thank you very much for your time today, Lynn.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Much appreciated. And I'm excited, absolutely excited. So thank you for your time, Mel.
You're very welcome.